Hello everyone, how's it going? So today we want to answer the question how to code, how to learn coding, how to program, how to become a developer yourself. So that's the question we want to answer in this segment. How should I learn coding? Now, the number one problem, the number one issue that people are not so much, there are not so many programmers, there are not many people who are coding is because they think coding is difficult. It's difficult, it's very daunting, and there's no way I can understand those million lines of codes, what's going on behind the deck. That's very difficult, and that's the number one problem. It's driving people away from coding. It's difficult for anyone to understand and give that trust and understand what coding is. So, before I go into how to learn to code, I want you to embrace that fact, that simple fact, that coding is easy. It's pretty easy. Trust me on that. The only reason you feel that it's daunting, that's difficult, it's because it's new to you. You have no idea about what a line of code feels like, and that's the very reason that you feel too daunting and intimidated by coding. But that's not the case. It's very simple. It's very easy. Take it in this way. What are you coding? You're coding a computer program. You're making a computer understand and make things work according to what you want. You are the programmer. You are the human being that designed the computer, and you are explaining and you're describing a computer how to code. Now, a computer, a machine, it's the most dumbest thing available. It's a machine that cannot do anything on its own. You might talk about artificial intelligence, you might talk about machine learning, people may able to make these complex algorithms, but the bottom line is a machine is a dumbest machine available, and that's a computer. And you need a program to make that machine run the way you want it. And that's all it is. That's all coding is about. Where you are taking this dumb machine and making it program, making it run the way you want. Who's the smart one here? Who's more talented? Who's more intelligent? It's you, my friend. You. And that's what coding is about. So embrace the fact that it is easy. And it's not too difficult, and it's something that you can do, even if you don't have any kind of coding background. That's as simple as it is. What's that number one skill you need to have before you get into coding? What is that only skill which is going to take you far off distances? That is persistence. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how Python writes, how those million lines of codes are written, how C++ programs, how React.js, how JavaScript, how all these languages work. That is none of your concern. You don't need to know that. The only thing you need to know is persistence, willpower. Have that persistence, have that willpower, that can-do attitude, never giving up attitude. That is what is only needed in programming, in software development. What is software development? What is programming? You are taking a project, you're given a task, you're given a problem, and you're asked to run with it, make a solution out of it. And that solution probably never exists in the world. There are not many people working on it, so there's no way for you to find an answer for it. So you have to go into that journey of searching, understanding the problem, making tweaks, making changes, making corrections, fixing bugs, coming back, and that's solving the problem. And it can only happen if you have that persistence. If you leave the problem midway, then you don't have a program. The only way you're going to get that program is if you are persistent enough to complete it. And that's all what coding is about. If you have that persistence, you will have that drive to go out and learn things on your own. Whatever you need for your program, you will develop, you will understand, you will find out different tutorials and make it yourself. That is all what you need to do in coding. You have a problem, you don't know how to solve it, you go out, search what are the different solutions that you need, and done. And over time, you will get better at it. You'll have better solutions on your hand. That's all you can do. First thing, if you're really starting into programming, if you're really new to coding, get into a normal C++ language course. C++, there are tons of courses out there. The Boston College was one of the first people who started off with the YouTube channel. I may be mistaking him wrong. I'll leave the link in the description. But take that course, understand what C++ is. That'll give you the basics, and that'll give you the understanding of what the core language of assembly language looks like. What kind of memory, what kind of processing is required for programming. Because all the high-level languages, Python, JavaScript, and all these different languages are built upon C++. So if you understand C++, you'll get that understanding. You'll appreciate what the other languages are built upon. So having the background of C++ will give you an understanding of how data structures work, how processing works, how memory works, how different applications can work out, what happens under the hood, what happens when you're running a program, how much memory it takes, how much processing power is required. All this information will be answered in that C++ course. Well, C++ is not a widely used application. It's not being used in many softwares that you might be developing, but it'll give you the understanding. So spend about a week or two at the most understanding what C++ is, and then take up a language, take up an application, bring up a project that you want to do. It could be a simple application. It could be just an Hello World application, but take up a project, something that interests you. Don't take it too big, because then you lose your confidence if you don't finish it. But if you think you can finish it, take it up. But if not, take up a small project, try to do it, finish it. You'll get that confidence, you'll get that drive to do the next, and then keep doing it. And in no time, in a span of 1 month or 2 months, if you're giving the right amount of time, giving the right dedication it needs, 1 month and 2 months, you'll be running with it, you'll be flying, and you'll be walking on water. And that's what coding is about. Just practice. The other thing about coding is you need to understand, you need to appreciate and acknowledge the fact that coding is a continuous learning process. It's never going to end. The way technologies are being developed these days, the rapid development in the technologies with artificial intelligence, with so many languages which are being introduced every day, it is difficult to stay stagnant. So I'm going to say again, it's going to be difficult to stay stagnant, and you need to come up and study and learn every day. Keep yourself updated with what's happening. Learn, and that's what software engineering is about. Think about mechanical engineering or civil engineering, where people are making buildings or making machines. Now, these guys, they increase their skills as they grow, and that's what is more valued. A person who is in the civil engineering, who has built 17 buildings, that has a more reputation than a person who's just getting out of the college. But you, on the other hand, you who's a software developer, has a better advantage than your senior people. The reason for that is your mind is young. You're still able to grasp many things. You're fresh, you're just maybe out of the college, you don't have many applications, you don't have much projects on your head, but your mind is fresh. You can take up new applications. You can take up new big chunks of data and understand and grasp and digest it so easily. Not the big people, not the seniors. They cannot do much because they're old enough already. They're set in their own ways. It's difficult for them to go and learn a new skill, a new language. But you, on the other hand, you can do it. That's the advantage of a software engineer, a programmer, a developer. You have the control in your hand. And you don't need these complex systems to make, you don't need complex tools to make your application. You just need a simple computer and an internet, and there you're off on your own. That's what it is. So I just want to give my 2 cents on this. Be persistent. You have that strong willpower. Keep working at it. Keep doing it. And you'll be there, my friend. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.